Welcome back to my woodworking channel. I am Alexander Zurek and today we are burning, because it's Halloween, a little Halloween sign. I'm not sure how much I will talk in this video because it's rather long. So first step, markings, and it's not how it will look like, just where I want the letters to be, where I want the decorative elements to be. So yeah, you can't really see it all that well on camera, and you couldn't really see it all that well on the wood, and that's by design, cause I didn't really want to show it later because I'm not completely sure if I will catch every line in the beginning. There I try to show how hot I put my burning station. I will try to show most of the wood burning by setting the cameras, but it's not always working as intended. There you can see I forgot my mask and I felt it in my lungs, so I corrected my mistake. That's a really important thing when burning wood, or burning anything really. You should check so your lung doesn't fill with smoke, and for pyrography a mask is mandatory. You can see I tried this little flowy, smoke-like, steam-like, ghost-like thing with the letters, with the line going from the P to the A to the H. It's a little bit wonky, but I try to fix it a little bit when we come to shading. There I'm a little bit too hasty, so the line is, well, again a little bit wonky, and again shading will fix it, hopefully. The two L's not being on the same height is completely intended in this case, because I wanted it a little bit to be a little bit distorted, because, well, it's Halloween, it's spooky and stuff. You can see that I'm a bit improvising. There I made the W a little bit more pointy than I intended originally. There I put some little eyes because the W reminded me of a spooky face, a spooky mouse, like from a carved pumpkin. And now we start the shading. As always, I switch between 4 times speed and normal speed in this video. I shouldn't say as always, but as per usual for right now. Just so sometimes you can get a sense for how long it really takes. In this case I think I worked about 2 hours on the piece, not including the time it had to dry after putting on lacquer. I decided the A wasn't pointy enough, just like with the W. That's a nice difference between pyrography and whittling, which I also do. With whittling you can't take back stuff because, well, if you already made a cut you can't just put the wood back, but with this drawing you can always draw a new line, correct an old line. You can't really erase them, but you can fix them otherwise. You can also sometimes hear my breathing here. That's because I have this really big mask. It's a safe mask, so yeah, I shouldn't complain about it, but it sometimes shows up on the microphone line. I'm not sure what the right word is. Microphone layer. Point is you can hear it. So I wanted a little spider web. I already did some spider webs in other projects, but this time it did not really turn out that good. So it's okay that it's just a small detail. You can basically not really see it from above without going close. I should maybe talk about where I got this wood from. My sister has a garden, and in this garden there was a weird fence thingy, and it was broken, so I broke it some more and I got some boards. Then I cleaned up those boards and, well, now they become stuff like this. It's a little bit of upcycling, and I really like upcycling. Of course it's a little bit more time you have to spend, a little bit more of work you have to put into. But it has the advantages of of course being environmentally more friendly and more cost efficient, and very important, it looks kinda nice. I like the split we already have here. It gives it a more rustic feeling, and it's authentic. Some people try to make their new wood look old, I think it's better to just use old wood. I tried to make the E a little bit more pointy, and that's basically in preparation for another project I'm planning. A welcome sign that has an E that's at the same time a trident. I'm not completely ready with using this design, so it will take some time. In this project I took the opportunity to test out different tips for my wood burning machine and also experiment with different heat settings. So sometimes it's not really consistent here. Also, as you can see, the camera did not always catch everything here. I'm working on it. I just got a new phone which I can use and which might help a little bit with it. But this time I already had an easier time to edit just because I got a new camera holder. I hope you can see it in the video quality because previously I had to zoom in much farther. The music I use here is again from MacLeod, who gives copyright-free music out for free, which is nice. But this specific song is pretty repetitive. But now I'm committed. Especially because it's already past 6 PM for me and I want to release this video today because today is Halloween. I know why I added it's already not Halloween anymore for some. And I have much more time for example, the Americans. But yeah, I'm still in a bit of a hurry. So you can see the experimenting with different tips for the shading. That might also be a reason why the project took so long, even though the lettering is relatively simple. Of course, this is pine and not the best pine, so relatively simple already still means it can be a pain. Yeah. you can see I take quite some time with this particular spot because the line got wonky in the beginning and I tried to fix it. I also leaned over quite a bit and pulled it more towards me, so you can't really see how I work on it. But yeah, that's the lettering basically done. So we can go to the first of the two details I marked down in the beginning. And that was basically kinda a commission. I asked for a design and I got the request to put on a few candles and a thing I can't really say right now because I forgot the word. Just like I forgot to switch the tip, the handle that is heated up. In the video right there, it's a problem, but it happens to me sometimes. Because my machine has those two handles and you can just flick a switch and use the other one. But you really have to remember flipping the switch. Candles are a weird thing to draw and burn because they aren't really well structured. They are supposed to be a little bit wonky, unless you have an unburned candle, yeah, but of course I wanted some that are already a little bit burned, not too clean. Also shading for that, and you could hear the sigh of exploration there because I'm not really confident in this lighter shading which you need here. It's already pretty thin lines and then shading over it. It made me nervous. I think I already had a little bit too much heat there, but it turned out fine. Just not perfect, but fine is enough. Those two turned out a little bit better. I turned down the heat a little bit, took more time. And then I just tried to add a little bit shine, because the flame was a little bit lackluster. That's the candles done. And now we go to the last detail, a cauldron. I remembered the word now. There we put some bubbles in it, because it's a boiling cauldron, and since it's a boiling witch's cauldron, it also needs bubbles above it, and a little bit of smoke, not smoke, steam. And time for some shading. Going with low heat, lowish heat, and calm. It's still too much heat, you can see the smoke there. I should have been more patient, but it's not my strong suit. Not with my work. There I got really impatient and turned up the heat a little bit, I think. And that will cost me in a little bit. Just wait for karma to strike. Now we go to the legs and I put on even more heat there. I needed more heat to make this contrast, but since I already had so much heat on there, and you can see it's glowing red right now, the tip, but that meant that I had to correct the legs quite a bit. The heat just let the burning spread more and more. But yeah, that's basically all the pyrography done. Now just removing all the little bits of pencils that were still on it. Yeah, you can't really see them. I could still see them. Sometimes only by holding it against the light, but yeah, no reason to let it stay on there. And after making this cleanup, there's basically just one last step to do. To put some holes in it and put some sweat on it. And then it's ready to be put on a door or on a wall, whatever you want. Testing out the screw I found. Just as with the wood, I like to use screws that just are left over from stuff, maybe from old furniture. I have no clue where I got this screw originally from. But it worked for this project. On the other side, there's a little break, but yeah, those are part of the thing with upcycling. And as you can see, I messed up. And now you can see how I'm contemplating my life choices. Yeah, I didn't really take care of the physics of the thing, so I had to adjust a little bit. Because if you put the holes right in the middle, it just flops around. But after a little bit of reorganizing those holes and re-knotting those knots and putting on lacquer, it's done. So yeah, happy Halloween to everyone!